Okay, we're live. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Boy, do we have
So
technical difficulties. I'm Molly the Life Sleuth. I was a former big city cop. I've dealt with thousands of radio calls and crime reports for relationships gone wrong. And today we're going to talk about catfish, but let's have everybody else introduce themselves.
Yes, hi, I am Danielle Noire. I am not a fancy detective. I'm just living life, but I've known Molly for decades and I am single mom, corporate executive, and I have been catfished. I learned the hard way, so I have lots of stuff to share on this.
I'm Randy. Don't worry about my last name. Just happy to be on the show. Uh, we're gonna go over catfishing from the male and female perspective.
Hell yeah. Am I the male? Just question.
Maybe in
Okay.
2024, maybe.
We'll find out.
Oh.
And,
So, first, if you guys could please like and subscribe. We want to go live on YouTube too, but we need 50 subscribers. That doesn't seem that hard. And I got like 100 friend requests from losers on Facebook this morning. When I say losers, I just mean catfish. And I'm like, okay, well then if you're gonna help me out, like if you want to see my naked body, then just subscribe to my YouTube. And they're not doing it. So if you could just subscribe, so because every little level unlocks some shit, so that we can do more because we have a lot of fun things that we want to share with you. But today we want to talk about catfish. Now, I came with the screenshots.
Yay.
But there's a disclaimer. There are going to be people in these photos that are not criminals. They are not the catfish. So what a catfish is it's a false digital persona that some a-hole or a group of a-holes uses to try to lure you into things, whether it's a romance scam that then they try to get money from you, or they actually know you and it's like revenge stuff, or it's like revenge porn, so they try to get you to send them dirty stuff and then they're going to use it to try to why was the word that I came up with, extort you for money. And so, but it's big business. It's over $1 billion a year. And
Crazy.
the average person that gets scammed pays $15,000 to these people. It's
Oh my
huge
God.
money. And so there's over 83 million fake Facebook profiles alone. And I think half of them have requested me to be their friend in the last week. I swear I've been sending everybody screenshots.
You
It's
are
like
so
unending.
popular.
It's
Oh
like
my God.
unending. And
oh,
so 10% of dating profiles are scams. And so this can escalate until you go bankrupt, until you lose all hope in life. They make you kick your friends and family out of your life. So they isolate you. And it can even result in people taking their own emergency exit. Like in this, do you like how like shitty my tech support is? Like until we figure out how to share screenshots, um, this girl was actually catfished by a guy in Ireland, and she shared dirty pictures of herself, thinking that she was in love, thinking that it was somebody else that she was talking to.
Yeah.
And when the scam came to light, she actually took her own emergency exit. And then a few months later, the dad took the emergency exit. And so now he blackmailed up to 3,500 girls. So this is like really serious stuff. I mean, although the pictures I'm going to share are funny and we're going to have a good time with it, it really can be very, very dark.
That
So,
that is so crazy. I want to share. We do have a comment, Molly. That RD sorry if I pronounced your name incorrectly, is very excited to hear about our catfish encounters. So
nice.
yay!
share ones that we.
My life's failure is only meant to entertain you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so who are they? They're generally foreign. I mean, there are people. Do you remember that football player, Randy, that got catfished by his guy friend that pretended to be a girl or something? And like they were in love for like a long time, and it was always something. We're gonna get into all the excuses, but it was like, oh yeah, sorry, I my grandma had died again today, so I can't see us for our date, and like just all that stuff. But so typically they are foreign. Sometimes they're children that are sending you these messages, so it's really dark. And as much as you want to say, like, oh, they come from really poor countries and they just want money, no, This is absolutely criminal. They are totally victimizing some of the most like lonely men and women on the planet, trying to take their last money. A lot of retirees that don't know about catfishing. So although we're gonna have a lot of fun with it, I don't know our demographic, but send it to like your older single grandparents too, because these people need to be stopped. Dude, I sent you Danielle today that guy's video, and he like
Oh, yes.
catfishes the catfishers. That's like the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
That is, yeah, so awesome.
Randy, learn how to hack so we can do that. But anyway, so they pose as somebody that is so catfishing. When you catfish, I don't know, Randy, you and your dad go fishing, but I don't know if you guys have ever gone fishing for catfish.
No.
Okay, well,
It-
what I
just regular
understand, being a city girl from the hellhole of Los Angeles, is like you put your hand in a hole and you're not really sure like what is going to come out, and then hopefully the catfish bites you and you pull your hand out. But when your hand is in there, I think it's called noodling. When you put your hand in there, like you don't really know if there's a catfish in there at all. And so that's kind of like what the idea of catfishing is like you're messaging people and you don't really know who you're talking to at all.
Oh, I get it. But
That's where the term.
I'll say from experience too, it can be friends or family members or people posing as old friends or family members that you've not heard from in a long time. That's what happened to me. I had one
Yeah,
time.
you wrote me.
Yeah, I had one time at work. I had an email come through from what looked like my boss's email address, like personal email address, and they usually will email me from personal and said, "Hey, can you go pick me up some gift cards from Walmart? I want to send it to this person," which wasn't an unusual request. And I was about to like go do it, and then I thought, why are they asking me to go do this? They have an admin. And I went and asked somebody else, and they're like, "No, that's fake." And I was like, oh my God, like an idiot. I was about to go drive to Walmart for my boss.
Wow.
Gift
Really?
cards. But
Oh yeah, no.
my own laziness stopped me from doing it. So I was like, I don't want to drive to Walmart.
I've basically sent my Cash App to everybody in my DMs on Facebook. I'm like, just send me money. I want to talk to you about the sex. Cool, send me money, and then I'll tell you, fuck off.
Yeah.
So these guys will be like military men. They will pose as all kinds of things to try to be like a honey trap for you. So we'll get into these guys' profiles like in particular.
Oh,
But this
yeah.
is kind of like, and these are not the people that you're talking to, but they use like, good looking guys in uniform to make you just like, oh my gosh, the colonel's in love with me. Like it's a scam. It's a scam, and we'll get into it. But yeah, they love that. They love the prince, the military surgeon, the anything in a uniform, anything with some kind of air of authority.
Yeah,
They really love those.
I've also noticed on the dating apps, at least what my experience is, you get a lot of guys that are posing as somebody with a really nice job. Like
Yeah.
a fancy high paying job. I'm a real estate agent. I'm my own business owner. I'm a surgeon. I'm really busy, but I'm looking for love. And I can't wait to meet somebody to wine and dine them and dote on them. And it's like
So crazy.
Yes.
Because if you're busy on your oil rig, like why are you writing somebody on Facebook or wherever or a dating app, because you can't actually date me, and all these guys sending me this like revenge porn, not revenge porn because I've never made porn, but like punishment porn, like gifts they send me, and like all this like, oh, you like sex and stuff. Like, bro, you live in Tunisia, like how is your dick gonna even get to America, sir? So they say that they're busy, but then they have all day long. Good morning, sweetheart. Good night, princess. Good morning, my love. Good night, my queen. And it's just like, bro, you got nothing but time.
Yeah.
And so I think what you have to understand is sometimes you're not talking to the same person, because these guys run these profiles and they work in shifts. It's really dark. And you're like, how's the cyber cafe today? Personally, I love to talk to them, which is why I have screenshots, because I don't shy away from talking to idiots. That's the story of my life. But they always have some kind of like sob story to try to like hook you. Like they're an orphan, their child died of COVID, their wife died in childbirth. They've always got some kind of sob story, and they use that to try to manipulate you into giving them money later on. But that's the setup, is like the whole sob story.
Yes, I have experienced that, but I think a lot of my experience besides that work one was like on dating apps, and they have the sob story there as well. And what happens a lot when you're on the dating apps, or I guess it could happen on any platform you're on where people are messaging you and you have a public profiles, like they'll tend to like love bomb you right away, and tell you how much they love you. And I've never felt this way before. I don't know. I just feel this connection. And it's immediately
Right.
they're telling you, I love you. I want to be with you. I want to be your boyfriend or girlfriend.
Oh,
Complimenting you, you're so beautiful. I've never seen it. Why are
They
you
were
on
like
this
that.
date? Yes, yes.
Never got one of those. Yeah, they really lay it on thick. Dude, yesterday I found this girl. This one's rad. We'll get more into her. But I just wanted to show you that like men get catfish too. It's not just women. So
Oh, yeah.
this girl, well, not this girl, some like troll in a cyber cafe posts this picture of this girl yesterday. She's a porn star. I already found her. We'll get back into her. But she posts, "Hello, am ugly, am single. Who try and scoop me, right? Anna Jammy, message me. Am ready to mingle. Let chat." With all these like hearts and shit, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so she thinks that she's ugly, and all these men were in this chat going like, oh, well, DM me, right? They always want to get you off the chat.
Oh, yes.
But like, okay, if this girl had self-esteem problems and thought that she was ugly, why is she posting this on the internet? I'm ugly. Like this person, this human being that's in this photo is so obsessed with themselves, they want you to look at it. So
Right.
then to say, oh, the sob story, I'm ugly, nobody loves me, is just like these guys just flock to it. And these poor guys, this was on the Lansing singles group yesterday, I think. And so I'm like, God, you poor schlubs, because these guys were just like, not, if this is a 10, they were a 0.5, and they were like, oh, what's up, sweetheart? I'll treat you right. And it's just like, God, you guys just have absolutely no idea that you're probably talking to some little boy at a Nigerian cyber cafe, and I feel terrible. But anyway,
Right.
yeah, that one's not real.
Yeah. If
Um,
she was really thought, if there was a girl on there that really thought she was ugly, it's like she'd be in an oversized hoodie in her closet, like behind her stuffed animals, like I'm so ugly.
right. You have the cartoon picture, or you're a furry, or whatever your deal is.
Exactly.
Cool, I get that. But yeah, no, porn star, like, nobody wants to look at me. That's why I have an OnlyFans. Click here. Like, all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they always have this sob story, and then they always have like a child in private school or was taken away, or they haven't been able to see them, and they just need a little money for the kid, um, or the kid is with grandma. They usually say that they're God fearing and that they want a God fearing woman, and this is so sad, and that they want a soulmate and all this stuff. And that's just a manipulator. It's just
Yeah.
one other angle. Like, God wants us to be together. That's why it's just so evil, because these people are trying to use the most like hurtful, when you have a bruise and you push on it, like they're really exploiting people's, I want to say religion is a weakness, but if you are so hopeful and you want to find love and you believe in, this God that sends you a soulmate, and here comes this, whatever, this guy
Yeah.
who's like, oh, I will be that for you. And you're like, oh, he has sent me somebody so great.
Yeah, they prey on people's beliefs and their insecurities and their soft spots, their empathy. They're looking for specific types of targets. And
Yeah.
like you said, all those dudes on that website going after this girl that thought she was ugly, those are empathetic guys like, oh, don't think that way. And you're this beautiful woman. And who knows what they were trying to get after, trying to be a friend, trying to get something, who knows? But
Yeah.
they're still playing off of that. And like I had shared earlier with, they come in with the love bombing. A lot of times, they'll come in with like pet names, like you were saying earlier, like beautiful, princess, gorgeous.
Dude, I hate pet names. Even with like real people on real dating apps. If you have to call me babe, then it's just because you don't want to forget and not call me Karen, Sharon, and whatever. Like, it's Molly, and then you can maybe make a name for me later. But I always think it's a really big red flag when somebody that you're first starting to date has a pet name for you, like right away.
Exactly. And you also mentioned how they try to get you off of whatever application you are right away, especially on dating apps. We talked about this in our last video. If you're on a specific dating app and someone's right away like, oh, I'm not on here a whole lot. Can I get you onto WhatsApp? Can I get you onto Instagram, Telegram, anything else? Can I get your number so I can text you? That'll be so much better because I want to stay in touch with you. You seem so cool. And
a lot of that is based off of the reporting process. They don't want their profile, this profile, to get taken down because this is going to be catfishing all kinds of guys. So then they'll make all kinds of WhatsApps and Telegrams and everything to take the conversation elsewhere. It's also another place to try to isolate you and take you away. So we'll get into their profile. But I mean, if you see a profile and it's all professional photos like this guy, like this, there's no picture of him like eating his breakfast or hanging out with his kid or whatever. It's all just
or anything.
Like literally from the internet. Like that should set you off right there. I'll show you how to like secondarily look up these things. But yeah, with the love bombing, like, I mean, this is what it is. It's just, and I don't know like what it is about the thumbs up, but the thumbs up is deep. Like these are, okay, first of all, I have to say, these are all screenshots I took in a 1 week period. And this is what goes on in my Facebook inbox for whatever reason. And then the emojis of the little like pets and stuff. And just so many freaking emojis.
Oh gosh. And like you said, they immediately start doing this like good morning text, good night text. And I even have had people like guilt me into like, will I hear from you tomorrow morning? Will you tell me good night? Like, I've just met you, dude. Like, I don't have time to be, this is like girlfriend, attention. I'm not going to be giving this to you, but I really want to hear from you. It would mean so much. So they get you into a cycle and a connection engagement that is more boyfriend, girlfriend. So you start to feel those feelings, and that's all a manipulation to get you to feeling that way and to get you.
I'm a little bit more of a hard cookie to crack because that's like one of my favorite gifts to send them.
No, you are.
This guy sent me these flowers this week, and I put, I'm allergic. And he's like, for what? From what? And I go, lonely men.
Oh, Molly. Well, you're my hero. I'm a soft batch like Keebler cookie. I'm just too soft and sweet.
No, but I'm trying to harden you guys so that you really don't, so that you like let go of all these generals that are in love with you so that you can find somebody normal like Randy. Randy's single, by the way. It's blkagard@gmail.com if you want to get a hold of him.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've got a quality man there.
He is.
Real. He's an actual person.
And then also when you add them on Facebook and then they immediately are like taking over your phone by trying to call you, bro, it takes over your whole phone. And I'm usually doing something important. Like I'm trying to bid on a prosthetic leg on eBay at like the last second. And now you've taken over my phone with this video chat. Oh, hell no, sir. So a lot of them get blocked. I do add them though, because I just think it's fun. I got nothing better to do.
Oh yeah. So RD Weiss, who's still watching, has said, I get a lot of these women in my DMs and they say I don't respond to them. I just block them.
Oh, is she in love with you too? We'll get into her profile.
Yes.
Yeah, but you were saying the love bombing. Okay, so here's his first message. It's at 5:45 in the morning, Good morning. You make even the gloomiest mornings brighter with your presence.
Oh.
I said, I'm not in the market to be courted by a catfish, but good luck. Why is it that you found it so difficult for you to reply to my text? Sorry, I read that in more English than it was. Sir, I'm not interested in talking to scammers. You aren't who you're pretending to be. And I'm not interested in some catfish trying to hump my inbox. Go charm someone else and steal their money. I'm not available. And so he goes, you ungrateful person, don't respect. He said, I have no respect for liars and thieves. When they get pissed, somehow that's like when the English starts to unravel and you start to hear like their native dialect or whatever. But as you're talking about the good morning and the whatever, they can be very attentive. But then you look at their pictures. So this is like this guy, and this is a real guy. By the way, I found him. It's not the guy that I'm talking to, but I found this guy. And so here's his profile, whatever. And so they never send you any like fresh pictures of themselves. they might send you like a screenshot of some like porn or something. But here's like the typical profile. So his intro, he works at retired 4-star United States Army General. Randy, I know as a Marine, if you misspelled United States, what would even happen to you? Your peeps would come for you. And so he studied at United States Military Academy, West Point, U.S. Army War College. So that's good. Sounds like he knows his stuff. The
so
War College.
Yes.
And they're always widowed. So he's widowed, wherever that is. And then these are like his collections. So he just sends like all these flowers to people, right? But so then he has these pictures up. Okay, so let's look at his average picture, because this is a picture of him on Facebook, right? But it's like obviously a picture of him like talking to people. This isn't a picture of him like smiling into the camera. This isn't a picture of, you know, him at the family barbecue.
Like a publicity shot for this guy or something.
Yes, exactly. Publicity shots. This one even has the newspaper that it was in as part of the screenshot. So that's good. So anyway, I looked that up on the Google image search, which we'll get into. And so I found him, and he really is a guy, U.S. Army's Evans, whatever. He really is like a real person. It's just that these pictures were stolen to put in this profile to come tell me, good morning, beautiful. And so you have to know that the person is who they say they are. Now, I will give you a giant warning though, because guys will tell you, well, not me, I'm not young and cute enough, but if I was, they would say, oh, you can't possibly be real. Send me a picture of you holding a spatula and a fork or whatever. And so what they're doing with that is that they are then using your pictures to go catfish other people. So don't ever do photo shoots for other people. Hold up a piece of paper that says blah, blah, blah. And so I know it's you. Like you can turn that into something completely different. Like this guy's. They can take that and Photoshop whatever they want in your hands. Where is that loser?
We got
another
comment from Halfaro89. It says, I feel bad for all the women in the world because I'm taken. Yes, there's a limited amount of good men in the world.
There seriously are.
Taken.
The main message I think that I have to share is if you're in a relationship, you better do everything you can to keep it, because you do not want to be single in this world. No. But yeah, so this is a real guy, but then they changed it to like, hi, Sarah, I love you, or whatever it is. And then they changed it to, hi, Danielle, I love you. And hi, Randy, I love you. And hi, Molly, I love you. And so then you can just keep Photoshopping. Hello, it's a happy Monday. I'm back in the camp. Love you. And it's like the worst fucking Photoshop I've ever. I could do better than that. And you've seen my Photoshop skills.
Yes.
So, but yeah, so they definitely like, okay, this guy. Hello, how are you doing? Thank you for taking out your time to accept friend request. Hey, I don't typically talk to Catfish, but you can watch my live chat tomorrow on Rumble, all about catfishing, whatever. So I send them the link because I'm an asshole. And
Molly, so the person, the Halfaro89, just wrote back and says, it's me, Henry, Molly, LOL. So I don't know if that's...
Hi, Henry, I love you. Henry is in a great marriage, and it's so exciting to watch his little kids grow up and his dates with his wife. Henry, you better keep her, I'm telling you. Okay, so this catfish sends me a message from this profile, this guy. And so he's got pictures on it, and it's all like kind of selfies. But again, they're not like snapshot selfies. So I just took one of them in particular, and I put it into the Google how to check pictures. And I find out that it's this very nice French chef. And here's the picture on his own Instagram.
Oh, how nice.
But because this guy is French, like he probably isn't on Facebook to see Alex David using his pictures, right? And so this poor man, And a lot of times they'll say, hey, this is, screwed up because I know that people are using my photos for catfish. Like this guy in particular, we'll get into some of that, but okay. So this guy here, supposedly George Ortiz, right? So you look at his about, all right, and then he studied at the U.S. National Weather Service, Peachtree City, Georgia, in 1991. Okay, which is really cool because he was actually, his profile says he was born in 84.
Wow, he was a prodigy.
He was 7 in college, which is, amazing. So anyway, this military Doogie Howser guy, right? So you can look at, so he sends me his love. We'll get to his message. But here is his friend list. He only has 14 friends, and they're all like Facebook whores. Cool. Like, you're a military guy. You clearly take a lot of pictures of yourself. I actually thought this was photoshopped because his head is so much bigger than his neck, but that actually is a real photo. And so when you look it up, I actually found him posting, please, ladies and gentlemen, don't fall for this. There's hundreds of fake accounts impersonating me and thousands impersonating other soldiers. Be smart, stay vigilant. The internet is a great tool, but a dangerous place. And so he posts this whole thing in 2022 about how people are assholes. This is the real guy's real profile. And take care, follow the real me, go #GoArmy and all this shit. But so he writes me and he goes, how are you? And I'm like, great. I'm actually going to use your profile on a video I'm making about catfish because yours has all the classic blunders you scammers make. Congrats on being a classic. So we'll get into it, but I just want to say while I have his shit up that this word, I'm not even going to say it out loud. That word in particular is something that the Nigerian catfish use to like see if you're another catfish because they don't want to be writing another catfish and with each other over months and months before, like, hey, send me money. No, you send me money. Like, what the hell? And you're like, dude, is it you? Like, come on, at the cafe. Like, I've been talking to you for months. So anyway, that's the word. So bake it into your brain.
I'm writing it down. I'm gonna.
Yeah. And so there's various definitions. Like one of it means like brother or like fellow man, whatever. And so that's like a word that they use to try to like snuff out if you're a catfish. And if you say like, oh, I don't know what that means, but good morning, then they're like, I got one, right? And then they know that it's not a fellow catfish that they're talking to. So, okay, I'll just share one more and then we'll move on. Okay, so this guy, let me see, where is he? This guy was so persistent. My God. He says, how are you? I said, great, but my inbox is packed. How do you feel about the election? And I'll tell you why I asked him that. Because look at his freaking profile. He looks like Mr. Americana.
Yes.
But in particular, he had this picture with his son, and they both have freedom shirts on, right? Yes. So you're like, oh, this is a guy who probably has some ideas about who he wanted to vote for in the election. So I said, great, but my inbox is packed. How do you feel about the election? He says, election? Are you doing elections? I said, bro, you can't even pretend to be on this planet. He said, why? You really great, beautiful. You are wonderful, charming, cute, marvelous, young lady capitalized. I said, why are you even pretending that you're that guy? Why lie to people? How much money do you make being a scammer? He goes, you are a scammer. I said, you're a liar and a loser. I'm me. And so then I sent him another picture from the same photo shoot, but now he and his son are now like turned around from that photo shoot. Same guy. So I sent him a picture of the person that he is using the photos from. And so, okay, I just want to show you while I have it up. Okay, so he has 493 friends.
Wow.
Here's something that I see a lot with these scammers. They have a name and then a long number after it. Like they're not like Jimmy Sulimian, whatever his name is. Mm-hmm. It's like they have a lot of this like extra number. But when you go into his about and his overview and places that he's worked and things that he does, It is all blank. He has no information about himself. He has 493 friends, but that he keeps adding, but he doesn't say anything about himself. But it's rich with all these, narcissistic selfies, which isn't him. It's whoever that guy is, which I found out. This guy, Ronald Cap James on TikTok. He's like a real guy who posts a million pictures of himself. And this loser says, I'm going to use his stuff to go talk to Molly. He goes, are you sure? I go, you're caught, liar. Anyway, I'll talk about your profile on my show tomorrow. Thanks for making my job easy. Are you this picture? Because I don't want to milk kill my Facebook, please. Or we tell you, oh, I'm please. I think he's like melting down in the cafe is kind of what's going on there. I don't
Gosh.
understand your English, but you aren't the guy in your pictures and you know it. Stop playing around, liar. Leave me alone. Are we sending you my real phone, please? I don't know what that means. Liar, go away. I'm not interested in scammers. I am not, please. I said, then if you're that guy with the fancy car and fancy life, send me money. And I sent him my Cash App. And he didn't send me any money. But yeah. But so here's the real guy and his TikTok, whatever. So this guy, I mean, he's a good looking guy with a lot of pictures and stuff. So that's just ripe for people to steal his pictures. So keep your profiles on private, people. So if you're good looking, that people aren't trying to use you to go scam, people, whatever. Okay, where are we in the notes?
All right, yeah.
I went a little wild.
We're going all over the place, but these are excellent examples. I'm learning so much by watching all your examples. And that word
failure is for you, Danielle.
Yes, I wrote that word down here on my Post-it, and Henry posted that's his new screen name. So, getting it out of the way. Let's see. We talked about all the stuff. We talked about how they love bomb you, and they're going to wine and dine and take you on vacation. You talked about how they can't send any like fresh photos or videos of themselves. It's all old archive stuff. Let's see. You talked about the excuses. I'm going to go down here. We talked about a lot of stuff. Let's see. I guess we can go into the scams. So when they start to ask you for something.
So they'll always have some reason that they would love to live chat with you, and you absolutely have to live chat with these people. Like, so if you're on a dating app, find an app that allows you to video chat so that you know that they're the person. And I'm not a good ventriloquist, but there's a lot of AI stuff out there, and it'll be like, oh, I'm so in love with you, whatever. And it's like not really them. Like, and you can even get bad AI. I love all the political AIs. Send them to me. I love that stuff. So they can use that kind of stuff. And I guess if you're just like lonely, or you don't know anything about the world, or you think that he's on an oil rig and he doesn't have like good reception or something, that maybe, I don't know, that maybe that explains why his mouth is moving a different way, or why it looks like some like a white cowboy from Texas, but he's got some total West African accent. People make up all kinds of excuses. But so the scam will start with some kind of money that they need. Babe, I want to video chat with you, but I'm on the oil rig and I don't have a non-explosive camera, or the reception isn't good here, and I need to buy minutes on a Steam card or whatever. So they'll try to get you to pay, or like the Taliban can track my signal if I'm like on video chat, but not while I'm texting you. Like, I've seen it all. So yeah, you just have to know that it's just all a scam. Like, unless you have nothing better to do like me, just block these people. But I'm just like, oh my gosh, the Taliban will tell me your address so I can keep it safe. Like, I just told the Taliban where you are, whatever.
Dun, dun, dun. But that's a tricky one. I hadn't heard that one before. Like, you're talking to someone and they're like, oh, I would love to video chat or call you, but I don't have money. If you could just send me, even $20 on this kind of card, then we can talk to each other.
I need to buy minutes. And that's a total West African thing. Like, here, even though I have like a 2016 potato phone, I still can video chat from basically everywhere. There are satellites. And so yeah, that's a big scam. Or they'll send you like a canned message. Like, there was this one guy that had friended me on Facebook. And like I said, I will add anybody on Facebook. I truly don't care. It's Facebook. Like, What are you going to buy my shelving unit that I have for sale right now? Come buy it. So, in fact, if you want to follow me here on Rumble, or if we put it on YouTube, I will follow anybody back that follows me as a result of this video. And you can come catfish me. But they'll send like a canned message. This one time there was this like army guy, and he was like on the treadmill, like looking all hot with his shirt off, and it said like Happy Memorial Day on it. And he like posted it, and it was like, it's winter, sir. Like, I feel like if you're in the military, you should probably know when Memorial Day is. But it's because he stole this video from how many Memorial Days back, and like he's too big of an idiot to know not to freaking post it in November. So, like, if you keep your eyes open, you really will see these incongruencies that all really lead to this person doesn't like you. They're literally just trying to manipulate you in any way they can. Like, oh, you know, I'm a widow and I'm this and that and whatever. And like, oh, you are looking for love too. And I want to take care of you and treat you right. And it's like, dude, they don't. They want to steal your money. It's so dark.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're just gross. You like sex now? Oh, you have, or you have, you do sex, answer me. And then like, I don't know what the thumbs ups are for. I get a lot of the thumbs ups. Okay, so then he sends me something. I put the red on it. Trust me, you do not even want to see what the fuck this picture was. It was totally depraved, nasty things going on to this poor girl. And then you now, and then a thumbs up, and then you are bitch or no. You do sex with person. I get a lot of that. It's like on Facebook, they'll start with like the little like puppy dog emojis and the flowers and the wedding rings and all this stuff. And then you're like, bro, I don't have time for you. Or like, here's my Cash App, give me money. And then they just send you all this like punishment porn. It's really dark.
That's insane. Yeah. I mean, I had shared in the last video, like before I knew better, before you had given me your pearls of wisdom, I was going off of the app to these other platforms, and they would talk nice. And then before I knew it, there was just incoming dick pics. And I was like, ugh. I literally have seen more penises in the last 2 years of my entire life that I never
share any of them though.
Yeah. I never wanted to see them. But yeah, sometimes they would just send porn pictures, and I'm like, okay, it was great talking with you. I wish you Mazel tov. I didn't know what to say, but you're getting out into the detective shit. So
well, my algorithm is totally ruined on Facebook for like ads, because when these guys write me, and then I'm just kind of over it, and I just want them to go away. I send a lot of GIFs of like two hairy men making out. It's like basically my favorite GIF. I like to send that one a lot. There's a lot of like, there's just a lot of like gay men making out on Facebook, and they don't really like that very much. So it kind of makes me very happy.
Okay.
Yeah. So then they start with like the excuses that there's some kind of tragedy, that somebody's in the hospital, that their shipment of equipment is delayed. And there's always something and you can rescue them, because all I need is just the lawyer fees, and then the inheritance is ours, my queen. Yes. And like, they just suck people into these stupid excuses. So I always ask them for money, like straight up front, because not that anybody's ever given me any, IRS, thank you, but because it just makes them go away. Like, I'm never going to give you money. That's like, I don't know you. I've never met you. Why would I give you any money? And then like, they'll have these super advanced degrees. Allegedly, they went to the War Academy, when they were 7. And yet like, they will have the most basic problems with spelling and grammar, or they won't get like common slang or like idioms. Like Randy and I were on the phone yesterday, and I said to him, like, if I said, oh, you met a cool girl, that's cool, when are you gonna see her? And Randy said, sorry, my pager's going off for work. Something's on fire, people. Why is it always on fire, like right now? And so if Randy said, oh, I'm gonna see her next week, if I said, that's cool, dude, then you would think, that I am supporting you seeing that girl next week. But if I said, that's cold, bro. Now, in English, cool and cold are basically synonymous,
Right.
but they're not, because, oh, that's cool and that's cold is really different. So you'll see that they don't understand like slang and idioms and stuff.
Yeah. You had put an example down of like Happy New Month.
Yeah. Happy New Month is like, it is something that they do talk about. Or they'll say, did you eat today? Like, we're Americans, we're all fat as fuck. What are you talking about? Like, of course we ate. But that's like a real like West African thing, just saying like, how are you? Did you eat? Is like showing care for you. It's just like the way that they talk. And they won't know shit about, I mean, obviously you saw the election guy. They won't know anything about like local news or the city that they live in. Like, especially if you're on a profile like Match.com, where you can pay to say that you're in whatever city you want to say that you're in. Tinder, it's harder because you have your location thing on and that person really is, scarily enough, like 1 mile away from you. But not for some of the apps. Some of the apps you can put what city that you want, and then you're writing these people, and I'm like, but okay. Oh, so where do you live? I live in the Los Angeles. Well, then you don't live in the Los Angeles, sir, because everybody just calls it LA. If you live in LA, you live in LA. And I don't mean Louisiana. LA is LA. Louisiana is Louisiana, or Louisiana, or however you want to say it. And so, like, one guy, I was like, oh, really? Like, I've always wanted to live at Fifth and Wall. I just want you to pop up your little Google Street View of Fifth and Wall in Los Angeles, because this guy didn't. And he was like, oh, that would be the dream. Like, bro, it's Skid Row. Like, if you know Los Angeles, you don't even want to drive through Fifth and Wall. But he didn't know, and so that's how, another way that you can catch them. Or if they say like, oh yeah, like I'm from Atlanta, and you go, oh, is there that pizza place that's still next to the bowling alley? The pizza place that puts the green olives on? And if they don't know it and you're just making shit up out of your ass, or if they're like, oh yeah, it totally is, and you're like, bro, I made that up. That's just other ways to like catch them, I guess. But yeah, they have these keywords, like they're on a peacekeeping mission. And that's because like soft ladies that want to fall in love don't want to think about like their boyfriend, whatever, their online fake boyfriend, like going and blowing kids' heads off, in the war. So they'll always say peacekeeping mission because it really like it makes them look like a hero, but
Sure,
not really doing anything.
Endears you to them. I have another example to share, but this one's not like dating. This is just me being stupid, I'll say. But this was on Instagram, and I had a lot of old people on my Instagram, a lot of old friends, a lot of old family members. And one of my old cousins that I hadn't talked to for years messaged me like, hey, how are you doing? Haven't talked in a while. And I was like, oh, cool. How are you? How are the kids? Great. And the conversation seemed like a typical conversation. And they said, hey, I'm in a photography contest, and my cousin was into photography. He's like, I really would appreciate if you'd vote for me on this page. I'm trying to, win, and it would be really awesome. So very inane type of request. And I was like, cool, sure, send me the link. And so they sent me the link, and I clicked on it, and like nothing came up. And I was like, well, it's not coming, through. And they're like, okay, I'll try sending it again. And then they tried video, like calling me, like a video call. And I was like, ew, no, I don't. I'm like laying in my bed in my gym jams. I don't want to talk to you. So I tried it again. I'm like, it didn't work. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night. Well, I woke up in the morning and I no longer had access to my Instagram account.
Shit. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, do not click on links that anybody sends you.
It seemed so normal and inane, and like no one was asking me for money or like pictures of my parts, and it was like, oh, sure, I'll vote for you on your photography page, sure. And it was
now, is that the time that your Instagram was hacked and they were trying to sell me Bitcoin?
Yes. So immediately the next day, I was a Bitcoin entrepreneur on Instagram, and it was going out to all my friends and family, and I had so many people reach out, including Molly, of like, hey, I didn't know you liked Bitcoin so much.
Yeah. But I was still fucking with the guy. I was like, hey, yeah, I'm ready to invest. What was the name of the band that we were in that Danielle kicked me out of? And he was like, oh, you need to hurry or whatever, like stop playing. This is a great deal or whatever. And I was like, no, I really want to invest. I just need to know the name of the band, like so that I know that it's you. And then he blocked me. And
yeah, it was so upsetting. What was most upsetting for me is that I had pictures of me and my kids all over it. And I'm like, some gross, disgusting, muffin out there is like looking at pictures of my kids. And I reached out to Meta. Nothing came of it. I had to just move on with my life and start a new account. But yeah, tough lesson learned. And then I had to reach out to some people to tell
only lets this be on there.
Oh my
They're
God.
only interested in that. Seriously.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a super bummer. But that's so here's a profile, right? But it says that they locked her profile.
Oh.
So apparently they stole somebody's profile, or now they're like going to try it from another perspective. And so here's another one of like, I'm so ugly, whatever, with this narcissistic girl she's ugly, and won't you please just send me some love? Hello, am ugly, am single, who's trying to scoop me? It's the same message as was on that other one, right?
The same message, even. Wow.
Same message.
Not even trying.
But then all these guys, these poor guys, these are real people. This really happened yesterday. What do you want to do? And she was like, inbox me. Oh, inbox me. And this guy's like, oh, I'm box me. I don't even understand. Please send message, okay? And then whoever Gary Vo is, you're my hero. I'm not interested in men or profiles pretending to be women so they can scam men. Go Gary Vo, whoever you are in the Lansing area. Hell yeah. And then she replies to Gary, I know there are a lot of scammers online and they don't want the real to meet. Like, I don't know why the English can never be, I mean, you'd think if this is your job, like, do it right. When they say things like, it is not the what you can think, or like they'll say it in a weird way where you're like, catch them.
Like they're talking like Yoda or something.
Yeah. Using these pictures, blah, blah, blah. But these poor sad guys that were like on her shit, like, oh, yeah. So like you go to her page, right? And it says right here that he locked his profile.
Oh, okay.
And so also again, somebody who takes a million pictures like this, the like Snapchat dog face for $5.99, you can see my labia. For them to like not have any other pictures of them on their, like to be this narcissistic and then to like lock your profile, like you want attention and then his profile is locked. It's incongruent. It's another sign of being a liar, incongruency. We'll do a whole thing on like actual lie detection, but I did do a video on lie detection in terms of social deduction games, which you can see on Rumble or
awesome.
on YouTube. And I'm hosting UConn this weekend, the 15th, 16th, and 17th in Ypsilanti, Michigan. It's a gaming convention, and I'm hosting the Sarlacc, which is my Star Wars themed social deduction lie detection game. Okay, so she locked. Then when you look at her friends, it's all these like sad dudes, just nothing but like sad dudes. Like she doesn't hang out with any other like fellow porn stars or anything. Right, so then I take the picture and I throw it into Google. Why don't I have that screenshot? I don't know. And so here you can see that her profile picture is used all over the entire freaking internet. Lauren Alexis, I guess that's her real name, but here's Isabella Alliance on TikTok, an escort model, Ariana, Molly, escort in Miami. That's not me. I'm not in Miami. Molly, escort Miami, Florida. B-job, rimming. That's good. Kobiesity. And then, I don't know, some Polish one. So, yeah. So, obviously, this picture is getting around the internet. What do you do?
Gosh. So we talked about things that you can do, especially if you're on like dating profiles or interested in getting to know the person, is doing video chat, especially if you're on apps. So we talked about that in our dating episode, which everyone should watch. Some good pearls of wisdom shared there. Yes, but doing video chat, and like you shared with the AI, which I didn't know was a thing until recently. Like people can fake their video in the video chat, but also when you're doing a video chat with a person, you can learn a lot about them just from the background and what you're seeing and how they're speaking to you.
Yeah. And who they're friends with, and if their friends tag them, are they on their friends' pages? Are they friends with their mom on Facebook? You can learn so much about their profile to know if they're like a real person.
Yes.
Do they have any other accounts? Do they have a LinkedIn? Do they have whatever? And I mean, obviously there's going to be outliers for all of it. If you try to find my digital footprint, like you're going to get a very different idea of who I am than who I am. I'm not on LinkedIn, but I have 75,000 other places where you can.
Yeah. You had made a comment here about like how they blame their accent on.
Oh yeah, they'll blame the accent on all kinds. Oh, well, that's because my mother is actually French. Like, bro, that ain't a French accent. They'll blame everything. Oh, I grew up in that town, or I just identify with the culture, whatever it is. There's always an excuse. And then, but they can be very patient. Like, this really can be a very long con if they think that you have money.
Yeah.
And I mean, even the ones that call me with like credit card scams, I'll talk to you for a long time while I do dishes in my house and like feed my bunnies and hang out. Like, I got nothing better to do. And at least if I'm on the phone with you, then you're not scamming somebody else. I hate for Catfish to come watch this video and learn how to be better, but it seems like their failures are so deep. Check out this one, then we can just wrap it up. But
Okay.
So this guy, who is posing as this guy, says, "Hey Molly, good morning," and I got a flower because that's nice. I said, "Your page says you're engaged and you're writing chicks and sending emoji flowers. Tell her I'm sorry." He says, "I'm really sorry about it, but my page no say engaged." So here's the screenshot. It actually says that he was engaged on August 6th of 2022. I said, "Do you remember what you did on August 6th, 2022? So then he says, no more. We're not engaged anymore.
Oh.
And I said, "You just posted your photo together 39 hours ago. I don't know. This picture was posted 39 hours ago. He's no longer engaged to her, but I don't know if you're dumb or you think I'm dumb, but I'm not interested." That's a love story for you.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. We also talked about non-romance scams. We talked about a little earlier. You have on your Facebook work from home ads, or you have a warrant. Grandma, I need.
Oh yeah. This is the IRS. If you have a warrant, they even used to call me when I was an LAPD detective. They would call my detective phone, and I would answer the phone. You know, Los Angeles Police Department, whatever, and then they would be like, "Oh yes, you have a warrant." Like, well, come on over. I'm already at the police station. Where do I get booked?
Where are you at? Yeah.
So, like, and you're like, a warrant, like, but barring the fact that I've never committed a crime, like, what's this warrant for? You should know, or whatever. Like, they just never have it. But a lot of them do like the AI one too, where it's like, and this happened to my mom. So my mom picks up the phone and, "Grandma, I'm in jail." And then my mom, panicked and wanting to do everything for her granddaughter, says, "Granddaughter name? Is that you?" "Yes, Grandma, it's granddaughter name," which they didn't know the granddaughter name until my mom said it.
Oh.
And I'm in jail. And so my mom was like, "I'll be right there," being like the, grandma that's ready to help everyone. "I'll be right there. Where are you? You need to send me, iTunes gift cards so that I can get out. And I'm actually in New York. You can't come over," and all this stuff.
Of them to get out of jail. Yeah.
Yeah, but my mom was like, she was panicked and she was ready to like pay money. And she had talked to them for a long time. And I don't remember what other information she gave, but it was like a long time before she actually called me and like clued me into this. And I was like, no, you don't ever confirm. It's like when people call and go, "Hi, am I talking to Molly?" Like, no. Why would I confirm your details really quick for me? Like, yeah, my name's fuck you. Like, I'm not, you called me bro. Like, I'm not, but you really do have to treat everybody like they're a serial killer. Like, to be honest, if you're talking to somebody on the internet, if you're talking to some salesperson on the phone, like, treat everybody like they want to come get you. Don't tell them where you work. Don't tell them where you live. Don't post anything about I'm 2 blocks from the Arby's, because people can find you based off of little tiny stuff. I mean, look at all these like real people I found from a simple photo. Okay, real quick, Danielle, I'm sorry. But so if you go to, I hate saying everybody go to Google, but this is the easiest way to do it. And all you guys slurp the Google teeth. So if you go to google.com, you'll get that little search bar. And on the right-hand side of it, is this the right for me? Right?
Yeah.
You'll see a microphone, and then next to it, you'll see a camera image. You click on the camera image. Then you upload into your phone the picture of the colonel, whatever it is, and they'll tell you where else that picture is on the internet. It's not foolproof, but it can, especially with porn stars and generals and pictures that obviously have a watermark from some, advertisement or newspaper, it can help you sniff out a lot of them.
Yeah, on the comments, RDW said it's amazing that so many people don't know how to do a reverse image search. So much catfishing could be prevented if people just did 2 seconds of research.
Yeah.
And I agree. It's like you just have to know how to do it. Like I didn't know that a few years ago to even do something like that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them. It's not just the G word, but there was like Tin Eye, and there were a few of them. I don't know if they're still around, but there were a lot. And so, yeah, find one and then look them up. But also just like, don't talk to people that you can't meet for a coffee date or that won't get on video chat with you. It's, you don't want to wait until they're asking you for an iTunes gift card because the troops can't get home for Christmas. You know what I mean? Like all those like, oh, I need this money right now. Or there was like some snafu with their bank or their inheritance or some storage unit for something, or the insurance deductible, or the cyber cafe. I need more money for the oil rig to get reception or whatever. I don't know why they're always on an oil rig.
I don't know. Those oil rigs are very populated.
Like if you're on an oil rig, like you should be busy, sir. You are spending a lot of time saying "Good morning, Queen" to me. Can you please put your supervisor on, because he needs to know that you need to be fired because you're not doing a very good job at your work.
Exactly. But that brings us into prevention, which you already talked about. You showed us how to do this Google photo search, which was really awesome.
Yeah, so you can like even ask them questions, because especially the ones that take the shifts to say like, so like, do you remember what my favorite color was? And like, maybe you never even told them your favorite color and they're like busy scrolling,
Oh, that's good.
To ask them questions about the conversation that you've had. First of all, just get on video chat with these people. And if the screen is black and you're hearing some West African accent and they're like, I don't know why my camera isn't working. Hello, 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 hello. Like, just block them. But yeah, you can ask them questions about shit that they posted on their profile. Hey, what year did you graduate from the War Academy again? Like, oh, in 91. Yeah, but your profile says that you were born in 84. Like, I'm not really good at girl math, but I feel like that's 7. So are you like you Doogie Howser? How does that work? And yeah, and there's ways to look up numbers. But Danielle, I know you want to tell them, do not give anybody your phone number.
No, please. Take it from me. Unless you would like to make a dick pic coffee table book. If that is a goal of yours, then give your number out.
Randy does.
They will just come pouring in. I don't know if guys, Randy, do like girls send you boob pictures or bearded clam pictures? Like, do they come your way when you give your phone number out, or?
They do, but it's usually a guy who stole a picture from a girl.
Yeah, like that girl with the raincoat.
Yeah.
Some girl sent a picture of like her labia or something. She's like all laid out on the couch. And I'm like, Randy, what is that like hanging over the couch? Like, It's a raincoat. When was the last time it rained? Like,
Yeah.
that's not a picture that was taken for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to be careful, but especially too, going back to like dating sites, or if you're trying to meet somebody on any other kind of platform, at least I'll speak from a woman's point of view, is, obviously educate yourself, watch videos like this, watch podcasts like this, learn trends, learn hints, learn things, but also, be careful. I say, like, work on your self-esteem and your confidence, especially when you're on dating apps. I learn from experience. I'm going in being very authentic, and I am somebody that just believes the best in everyone because that's the kind of person I am. And I'm like, oh, look at this wonderful, nice person. I don't ever think you're an evil, horrible, disgusting, fossilized, putrid piece of trash. But sometimes they
I
are.
didn't know there was access to my DMs like that, but I didn't say trash. I said garbage.
Garbage, yes. But it's like there's people out there like that. So protect yourself, protect your heart, ask these questions, take it slow, get to learn to know the person, do the video chats, think logically. Would a 5-star general or some high profile surgeon be on Bumble, asking you, to send them an Amazon gift card? Probably not.
To free the troops, though. It's to free the troops.
I know. There was somebody was telling me about a video the other day. I think it was for like a Frontier or some other less expensive airline. It was like, is there a doctor on board? And I'm like, anyone that was in medical school, somebody that watches a medical video. It's like, a surgeon's probably not going to be flying on Frontier or Spirit, but it's like same thing. People with high profile jobs and that
Randy flies Spirit.
have a lot of
crazy.
Not
First class.
How late were you to my house last time?
Just 56 hours.
He's like, I have a layover, and now I'm like even further than I started. I started in LA. I made it all the way to here. Now I'm back there. Where are you?
They're just flying. They gave you a job. You didn't even know you were working for them. They're like, can you help pass out these snacks?
He was so bummed when he landed.
Oh my gosh.
For you, though.
Yeah, but just like use logic, and really vet people. Really vet people before you give out any personal information. Don't talk to them, like Molly said, like about where you live, about your family, about your kids. Don't give phone numbers. Don't send them personal photos. Like, this isn't a free photo shoot for them. Like all of that stuff. It may seem innocuous, but really there could be some ulterior evil motive to it. And if they're really interested in you, you can have those conversations in those video chats, and eventually they'll, get a picture of your labia, I guess, is eventually, depends how nice they are. But, don't just do that on the first.
I mean, cash at me. I'll send you a picture of somebody's labia.
That's true.
Yeah, but also like protect yourself. Like, honestly, keep your friends list private and ask your friends to keep their friends list private.
Yes.
Because these guys are just like worms through the internet, like trying to like find other people and stuff. And I mean, some stuff is avoidable, but like Facebook and stuff, don't add people that you don't know, even if they're a friend of a friend, because they could just be a worm going through people's friend lists. And like, stop tagging each other and shit. Honestly, I was great as a detective when I'm just like, okay, where's my gangster going? And it's like, okay, well, those guys have their profiles locked down, but the bitches don't. So you just got to go find the girlfriends and all the tags and everything. Yeah. And like, it really helps law enforcement. Tagging is great if you love Big Brother, but if you don't, then like, stop tagging and don't let people tag you and shit. We just have become so reliant on this big evil internet. Also, don't go to other things, even if they try to send you like a military address. I was going to get into that, but it's been a long time since you've been in the military, so I think that was prior to email, Randy, right? Did you have a military email?
Yeah, but it's more about what you guys talked about. It's more about go to this link and go to that link, and just don't.
Yeah, my dad doesn't even click on links that I send him, and he likes me. He's not the person. He will not. I will send him links to save his life. Dad, the antidote is here. And he's just like, oh, I can't click on that because
It's like,
I
not
don't
today,
want
Satan. Yeah.
to. And then like get on the chat, and if they have a black screen, ask them to sing for you. That's a good little just for fun, just to fuck with them.
Yeah.
Just because it's not who you're talking to, and you'll hear that accent better. People can fake an accent. I'm not very good, but they can fake an accent when they speak, but not when they sing. So
there you go. Ask them to sing their favorite song from a Broadway musical, and if they don't know any, well, that right there tells you they're not the person for you. So,
are you
Exactly.
looking for a? Never mind. If you want a straight guy, he probably doesn't know Broadway musicals. Is all I'm really saying to you, Danielle.
maybe.
Yeah, and then yeah, just be careful, and then like screenshot it and report these people, and then block them. We all have to kind of protect each other now. This world is becoming like a real dark place, and so let's help each other out. Maybe they didn't steal any money from you. And on Facebook, I don't know. I literally have stuff like crazy dark stuff. I can't even use the words on YouTube. But there is some stuff being hosted on those platforms. They're all crazy about don't talk about the horse goo, but you can put up total abject filth and you report it, and it's still up like a year later. It's still up. Oh, we don't have enough people. Did you really want to report it? Yeah, I really want to report it.
Yeah.
Whoever this little girl is, like, needs to be off the fucking internet before 700 people save this image and start sharing it again. And then, like, please don't send money to people that you don't know.
Yeah.
I don't care what the excuse is, that it's the $500 that's gonna stop the war. I don't care. Like, don't send people money.
Yeah. And if you have money to burn to send, then send it to us.
Yeah. It's
We'll do good with it. Yeah.
sleuthmolly@gmail.com.
Yeah. We got you.
Yeah, if you want to burn money, I will give you my Cash App, and we'll stop the war between Molly and Randy.
Yes. And Danielle.
Yeah, so Randy, from like the boys' perspective, I know I railroaded over this whole entire thing, but what do you have to say?
You guys covered so much. So I'll just start with this, and I'll ask each of you. Danielle, ever been catfished?
Yes. So I had the two examples I gave, which were a little bit more mild. I almost went to Walmart to get gift cards, and I did lose my Instagram account. But being on the dating apps, especially, I found a lot on one specific one. I don't want to share because it's not their fault, I don't think. But I got a lot of these really nice, handsome looking guys, tall, dark, handsome, and nice jobs. Are usually real estate agents or business owners. And they immediately started messaging me, oh, you're so beautiful. I'd love to meet with you. And trying to get me off the app right away. One of the first times that happened, I gave the guy my number. I'm like, that's just my phone number. We can text. And he was just texting all this stuff. A lot of good morning, beautiful, and my queen and all of that jazz. And I was like, this is weird.
Listen, you're my queen and nobody else's.
Yeah. And then he had asked me for some kind of money, but I don't remember if it was a gift card or something. And then I had got a notification from the dating app telling me that this person's profile has been flagged as like a scam, and we saw you connected or matched with them, like letting you know. And I was like, oh my God, thank you, notification. And I immediately blocked the number. And then he tried to add me again like 2 weeks later, like as a different name with the same pictures. And I was like, oh my God, I felt stupid, but I was obviously, well, now I know better for you. And then I started watching for that. If the pictures, I know it sounds horrible, but if the pictures are too good to be true,
yeah,
I thought that for myself, like, what's this tall, dark, handsome, surgeon messaging me for, telling me I'm this queen? Like, yeah, this is probably not reality. As much as I'd like it to be, it's not happening. And so kind of started waking up to that. And like I said, being logical, like, this does really seem like it. And whether you even want to put the time or an effort forth into finding out if they're really a person, like, hey, maybe I do want to do a video chat, ask these weird questions, or like, I can tell already and I'm not even going to bother with it. So yeah, it was very prevalent.
I saw this one guy. He was this hot Asian guy with all these tattoos, and I was like, "Oh my god, that isn't even like a normal human being." And I was like, "What's up, Catfish?" And I was really mean to him because I was so sure that he was fake. And then we got on. I was like, "Let's video chat right now." What do you? And I was like in my pajamas, looking like trash. And he was like, "Okay, let's video chat." And we video chatted, and it was him. He was in his pajamas, not looking so great either. But I was like, "Oh shit! I'm sorry, sir."
Well, I was going to ask you the same.
But you kind of just answered it. So you guys think emotional catfishing? Well, actually, you asked me. So I think emotional catfishing is basically thirst traps. Like when women are like,
Mm.
"Oh, I'm so ugly." What's your, I'll start with Molly. Like, what's your thoughts on? Then I'll get to you, Danielle. Like, what's your thoughts on? Yeah, what are your thoughts on
Hello,
it, Molly?
am ugly, am single. Who trying to scoop me, right? Anna Jammy, message me. Am ready to mingle. Let chat. If
Yeah.
you want to hand your money to this man, go ahead.
What do you think, Danielle?
It makes me angry because
Yeah.
there's actual real. I mean, I guess it goes both ways. There's actual real men and women out there trying to meet people, and there are so many catfish out there. There's so many like actual people just manipulating people. There's hot chicks and hot dudes out there that it's really them, but they're just trying to get money or something from people, and then it makes you jaded and it makes you so extra careful, and then it makes it more difficult to have authentic conversations with people. But I'm with Molly. If in this day and age you see this super hot picture of a chick or a dude and they're not even using correct English and they're calling themselves ugly and want to be scooped, I don't know what that is, but I'm Googling it after this video. I might want to get scooped, I don't know. If you're falling for that and you're like, oh no, you should know better by now. But it makes me feel sorry for them because those are, yeah, like you said, Randy, they're playing on their emotions, and someone's trying to reach out to them.
To be true, like it's like playing the lottery in a way. Like maybe this time it's gonna be real. Maybe and like for all these guys like saying send me a free sample. Oh, I think I was sending you screenshots this morning of the guy who was like, I need a free sample, like show me a tit or whatever, like on Facebook.
I am not Costco, sir. This is your
But there are girls that do, or there are other guys that do, and then they put the keyword and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, me too. All right, bye. I'll see you at the cafe later, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I think really if people could just increase their self-esteem, and maybe that's a video that we need to do because it really is like at the core of everything. Like you don't have to be young, hot, rich to love yourself. And I feel like if you love yourself, then people want to be around you. They love you. You get better jobs. You feel better about yourself. You can do more. You're more productive. You're better at work. You like everything. It really, self-esteem is like the base for being happy, I think. And maybe we need to do a video on that.
Yeah.
But hey, Randy,
love to.
Randy, what's the video that we're doing next weekend?
So next week we'll be doing Saturday, 10 a.m.
LA time.
Oh, sorry. So sorry. West Coast time, 10 a.m. 11:16. Randy's profile part 2. Coming up after that will be increase your self-esteem.
Yeah, we'll do that one. So next week Randy is sending us screenshots from his dating app
Of the improvements from the other one where I got roasted.
Oh yeah, we definitely want to see your better pictures.
Better pictures.
Better pictures, but also the text you promised to share the text of what's on your dating app right now, so we can tell you why you don't have some hot girl sitting next to you right now.
Right. So I left the text. I didn't improve the text, so I'm going to send the bad text. So that's the free improvement. So you get those.
All of it. We want it all.
Yeah.
And if you want to also have us do your profile live next weekend, I'm totally game, guys, girls. So what I need is the screenshots of your profile and the pictures that you have on there. And then tell me, like, who are you looking for? What kind of relationship are you looking for? And like, who are you? Give me a little blurb about who you are, or just send me the screenshots and I'll go, all right, well, you're telling me that you're this kind of person, but you're saying that you want this kind of relationship, or you're saying that you want, you know, some guy who lives on an oil rig that's a billionaire that just needs money for his insurance claim. And so, okay, so you'll send that to Sleuth Molly, that's EU. I can't believe that I have to tell people how to spell sleuth. SLEUTH, Molly, MOLLY, at gmail.com. Or you can send it to Randy at BLK Agard, Black Agard, AGARD, at gmail.com. And let's do your profiles. I mean,
Yes.
I think I want everybody to be like happy and in love and like find people and like fuck all these catfish. If you know how to like navigate through the catfish, then you're really focusing on true matches. And then like the whole dating process isn't so terrible because you're like, God, all the bikini bitches, they all send me a link, and how am I going to find a real girl? And then also I'm going to be hosting UConn and Ypsilanti, Michigan next weekend, 15th, 16th, and 17th with the Sarlacc, my Star Wars live game. So come by. I've got some merch from Sticker Mule that I'll be giving out if you can survive the Sarlacc. And what else do we got? That's it, right?
Yeah.
Coming up are Danielle and Molly. It's going to be in a few weeks. Increase your self-esteem, and it's going to be pointers and tips on how to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm very excited about that.
for
Yes.
sure. And then can you guys just like and subscribe, please, so that we can like navigate this shit? Because we get to go live once we have 50 subscribers on YouTube, and that would mean a lot because we could simulcast. Although Rumble is
sure.
better for like long format, but still.
Yeah, we'll have to make some shorter videos, but those are coming. Those are coming.
Yeah. Those are coming.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
No, I think that's it. This was awesome. I had so much fun. Added bonus, people could probably see my cat doing his business behind me here.
What's going on?
I don't know how to do my fin. There you go. My cat box here, my beautiful cat box. I was hiding. The cat was like,
Is your cat really taking a shit right now?
He was just a few moments ago. And then he like came out and was like, hey, what's up?
He's a star.
Like, okay, fun. But yeah, I'll just be over here digging myself out of feet of snow and making cookies. And I cannot wait till next week when we get to do part 2 of Randy's profile. If you haven't watched part 1, go on Rumble, YouTube, wherever you want to go, watch part 1.
He roasted his photos.
But he's got better photos, and we're going to help him out with the profile part so he can find the woman of his dreams.
Yeah. I'm so sad. All right.
Well, thanks everybody, and we'll see you next time. I still got to come up with a catchphrase. I think last time I was like, "Watch yourself," because we'll be watching, you know, and I was like,
"Thanks for giving a crap."
A little scary. Thanks for giving a crap.
Thanks for giving a crap. Yes, I like that. Thanks for giving a crap.
Bye.
All right, bye.